Hello dear students, very good morning. You know that we are learning the chapter physical and chemical change. So in the previous class we have learnt about rusting, right? Iron rusting. So due to the absorption of moisture and oxygen from the atmosphere, so the metals like iron will get rusted. And today we are going to learn about what are the preventive measures we can take for what are the preventive measures we can take to prevent the rusting. So rusting can be avoided by preventing the iron surface from getting exposed to air. Air means oxygen and water. So there are some a few methods by which we can prevent metals or metal objects from rusting. So here are some methods to prevent rusting. So first one is painting. So students, you might have observed painting gates or windows or doors ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋತೀನಿ. So this painting the metal surface will prevent it from coming in contact with the moisture and oxygen present in the atmosphere. Thus it is preventing it from the rusting. So next is applying oil. So applying oil, it is another method of preventing the rusting. So water and oil do not mix. You all know that, right? So water and oil, it will not mix. So applying oil on the metal surface, it prevents the water from reaching the surface. So ಈಗ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ವಾಟರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಆಯಿಲ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. So that's why we'll apply oil to the metal surfaces. Thus rusting does not occur. So the third one is galvanization. So what is this galvanization or galvanizing? So galvanizing, it means it is a deposition of layer of zinc. Okay, ಇದು ಒಂದು zinc coating, metals ಗೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು zinc coating ಕೊಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ we can call it as a galvanization or galvanizing. It is a deposition of a layer of zinc on an iron or a steel object. So we can call it as a galvanization. So here zinc forms a layer of zinc oxide. For example, consider this is a iron. Okay, if you apply coat of zinc on it, okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು zinc coat ಮಾಡಿದಿರಾ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ iron ಮೇಲೆ. So if any oxygen which come in contact with this zinc, okay, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, zinc ಮತ್ತೆ oxygen form ಆದಾಗ it will form a zinc oxide. Okay, zinc oxide will form. So then it prevents it from the rusting. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ zinc forms a layer of zinc oxide on its reaction with the oxygen. ಇಲ್ಲಿ zinc ಇದೆ, ಅದು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಜೊತೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆದಾಗ ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, so you'll get it zinc oxide. Okay, so this layer acts as a barrier between iron and the atmosphere. ಈಗ ಇದು atmosphere, this is atmosphere and this is the iron, right? So this layer of zinc oxide acts as a barrier, ಒಂದು ತಡೆ ತರ, so ಒಂದು protection ಕೊಡ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. So this is about galvanization. Next is alloying. What is this alloys? Maybe students, you might have observed steel, brass, bronze kind of materials, right? So these are all alloys. So alloys means a solid solution of two or more metals and a non-metal is called as alloy. A solid solution of two or more metals or a metal and a non-metal. So metal plus metal ಆದ್ರೂ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು and metal plus non-metal ಕೂಡ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಇವೆರಡನ್ನು ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಬರುವಂತ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, so we can call it as a alloy. So steel, it is an alloy. Steel, whatever we use for in the kitchen and all, so these are all, it is a steel. It is an alloy. It is an alloy of iron and carbon. Iron, it is a metal, carbon is a non-metal. So when you mix these two, we'll get a steel. So when mixed with the other metals such as chromium, nickel, molybdenum and titanium, it becomes the stainless steel. So stainless steel ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So the presence of these metals so prevents the rusting. So these are the measures so we can take to prevent the rust. Students, next topic is displacement reaction. So students, in the previous classes and in your lower classes, you might have studied about a food chain, right? So you have heard about food chain in the nature. So in a food chain, the higher order animals will dominate the lower order animals, alva? So for example, lion, tiger, so cheetah, these kind of organisms will dominate over so deer, rabbit, so these kind of small animals, right? This is called as dominance. In the same way, in the world of elements, a more reactive elements will displaces the less reactive elements from its salt solution. ಓಕೆ, ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೇ ತರ ಯಾವ ತರ ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ನ ಡಾಮಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ತಿನ್ನತ್ತೋ, ಅದೇ ತರನೇ ಇನ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಇದೇ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್. Displacement reaction means it is a type of chemical reaction in which more reactive elements ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂತ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ which displaces the less reactive elements from its salt solution. So we'll take one example. We'll show this with an example of a reaction. So for example, iron. If you take a iron knife and if you put it in a copper sulfate solution ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ after sometimes what we will get, so after some time ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ iron is more reactive. Okay, so this copper, it is a metal, right? So it is a less reactive. So what happens here, this I told it is a more reactive element, it is less reactive element. So this iron will displaces the copper from its salt solution. Okay, ಇದು salt solution ಇದೀಗ ಕಾಪರ್ ಸಲ್ಫೇಟ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ aqueous ಅಂತ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, aqueous ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಐರನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸಸ್ ದಿ ಕಾಪರ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಕಾಪರ್ ಸಲ್ಫೇಟ್ ಸಲ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್, ಸೊ ಈಗ Fe ಇಲ್ಲಿ SO4 ಜೊತೆ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್, FeSO4 you will get, and this copper will be separated. ಸೊ ಏನಂತೆ ಈ ಕಾಪರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಪರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ it will form here. Okay, so this is called as displacement reaction. Here more reactive element iron displaces ಅಂದ್ರೆ replace ಮಾಡೋದು, displaces the copper place and it will form the iron sulfate and the copper. Next type of reaction is combustion. So combustion means it is a type of chemical reaction that takes place in the presence of oxygen to produce heat and light. Okay, so if any chemical, in this case, if the reaction has to take place, if it has to produce light and the heat, oxygen is very essential. So one more example I'll give. If you have to lighten the candle, you need oxygen. As long as the oxygen supply is available, or as long as oxygen is available for the combustion, so till then the flame will be present. And if the oxygen amount is decreasing, the flame will also be turned off. Okay, turn off agate. So like that, it is a type of chemical reaction that takes place in the presence of oxygen to produce heat and light. Heat ಮತ್ತೆ light ನ produce ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ chemical reaction ಅಲ್ಲಿ, so where oxygen is very essential. For example, take magnesium ribbon. If you want to burn it, burning means you know that oxygen is present in the atmosphere, right? So here magnesium combined with the oxygen, it will produce magnesium oxide, that is MgO. This is 2 molecules of Mg and 2 molecules of oxygen. It will give rise to 2 MgO, magnesium oxide. This is combustion. Next type of reaction is crystallization. It means it is not a type of reaction, it is one kind of process. It is a process by which pure crystals of a substance are obtained from its impure solution. Okay, for example, we'll take salt, and if you mix it with the water, how can you get a salt from that salt water? Salt water ಇಂದ ನಿಮಗೆ ವಾಟರ್ salt ಯಾವ ತರ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ? By the process called as crystallization. Students, you have learnt about this crystallization in your lower classes, and I am attaching a video along with this. Please do watch. So it is the process by which pure crystals of a substance are obtained from its impure solution. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಉಪ್ಪನ್ನ ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಅದೆಲ್ಲಾನು ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇಂದ ನಾವು ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಟಲ್ಸ್ ನ ಒಬ್ಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ಗೆ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಟಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So here these pure salt crystals can be obtained from the sea water by the method of crystallization. You know that salt is we are obtaining from the sea water, right? So how they will extract? By the process of crystallization. ಆ ವಾಟರ್ ನ ತುಂಬಾ ಎವಾಪರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ವಾಟರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎವಾಪರೇಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ರಿಮೈನ್ ಇನ್ ದ surface. So that salt we are using for the cooking purposes and some other laboratory purposes. So this is about crystallization. And students, this ends the chapter physical and chemical change. I hope all of you have understood. Thank you.